live. So thank you everybody for joining us. Welcome to us Mystic. We have, I don't know if you can see me pointing at all, but we have Hayley in the green. Give us a wave, Hayley.
Hey.
From Total Look, Hairdressers and Beauty. We have Mandy Moon, Mystic Mandy, up in the corner there.
Mystic Mandy, always.
Hairstyle showing off. And we have our Jem from Ocean Dreams Therapy. Yeah. And visual assistant and general brilliant person all round. And we are we're waiting for Suzette. Here she is. And Suzette, our medium with us this evening. So I'm just going to see who we've got live because I haven't done that yet. I can't even see who we've got on view on Facebook. Oh no, I've lost you.
Am I not an all-round brilliant person as well then?
Yeah,
we didn't do that introduction, did we, Hayley?
Everybody's a brilliant person. Everyone's a brilliant person.
Oh, gutted.
We're all brilliant.
To be a loose mystic.
Say that again.
So do you have to be an all-round brilliant person to be a loose mystic?
Absolutely.
It's a given.
We're saying highs. We got hello to Cheryl, Hayley's mummy.
Hey.
Hello to Tara. Hello. Hello to Kim.
Hi, Kim.
What we've put together, guys, we've been kind of doing this on and off. I've been doing this on and off for, I don't know, maybe 2-3 years now. Can't remember. And we've had lots of different platforms, and we've done it with Spiritual Productions for a little while. And obviously now we can't meet in the studio. We wanted to do it still, so we've done it through our own page and our own platform, and brought these lovely lasses together. So we're just going to have a real sort of casual evening. Normally we'd have a topic, normally we'd have a theme, and there probably will end up being a theme, but we're going to have lots of chit chat about everything really, about lockdown, about your emotions, about how you've been coping, how you've not been coping, what your roots are doing. We're just going to throw it out there and do everything. And then at the very end, we'll have a look at whoever's done all our comments, whoever has contributed, a little bit of energy exchange. We'll be having a look at some cards for you as well. So we don't want this to be like all the other shows where it's just readings. We want to mix it up a little bit, but we will be doing some readings later on. So thank you guys for joining us. Now I'm just going to hand over to, I don't know, one of the girls while I just bash this about on the internet there. So I've got your auntie there, Hayley, I believe.
All right, no?
Yep. We've got, did I put Zagita up? Hello, Zagita. She's another little loose before.
She counts as 2.
Anita, huh?
I said she counts as 2 people, Zagita.
She does. Yeah, she does. Yeah. Actually, have you seen her? She counts as 4, really. Has anyone put on any weight?
Oh my God!
Putting on any weight in this last 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
I got into the car, right, and for the first time, my belly was touching the steering wheel.
Every Monday, I'm like, this is it now. Lockdown's enough. I'm going to stop eating from this week. I'm going to be good. I'm going to stop. And no. Stop eating.
You know what? Right, to be honest with you, I think whatever your tendency was, the lockdowns made it worse. So, like, if you're prone to eating, and everyone, you're going to overeat, and those that were good before, I know are still exercising. I don't know anybody that's kind of changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think it's going to be like at the beginning when you get all the gym people, but you have to be the gym person. I don't want to get up. I'd rather bake the cake and eat it than you pieces.
I am.
And then come and meet. I don't know what his name is. Whatever for your exercise. I'm not going to choose that because I'm out of breath going down the stairs in the morning.
I know, but I wanted to get into a good habit of like exercising, but it just hasn't happened.
See, I've got into the habit because I always sort of would not, especially being a hairdresser, I'd not eat all day, eat in the evening, and everyone would be like, "Oh, that'd be really good. Get into a good habit." No, I just eat more in the day and in the night. It doesn't stop me eating more in the night.
Well, I have been eating half a stone I've put on, and Cole's put on half a stone, and he hasn't eaten
half a stone.
he's been doing work still, so I don't know what his excuse is. Maybe because I'm but it's because I'm not doing anything. I'm literally sat. All I go from is the bedroom to the kitchen and the front room, and then I just sit there.
It's funny because we've got all the time in the world to go to the gym now. Sorry,
Selena's eating cake.
Selena is eating cake. What's Janet eating chocolate? Anita, I'm not a gym bod. I love cake.
Yeah. So you've got all the time in the world to go to the gym and go to the exercise classes, but the only reason is because it's lockdown. So if you didn't have lockdown, you'd be working and wouldn't have the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I was going to join Joe Wicks, and that didn't happen. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then there's a guy, Luke Peter, doing the yoga. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Just, I don't know. I joined
that Davina thing, and I did one 5-minute lesson, and it didn't go up.
Yeah, I found the first few weeks. Yeah. Say that again, Suzette.
Has anybody tried any yoga while we've been locked down?
No. My belly gets in the way. It does. No, you know, they try.
Ladies, Mandy, that might be not as slim as the other yoga ladies. Not that it makes a difference. There's a really good app that's doing a 2-week free trial, and she's Australian, and it's called Underbelly, and it's on Instagram.
What are you trying to say?
She's really good, really motivational, and takes into consideration that not all of us can touch our toes as easy as the others.
I can do the plank, not the plank. I can do the corpse. You know, where you just lay there on the floor.
I did have it the first couple of weeks. It was a bit weird. I was like,
YouTube the exercises I was going to do, and I spent 2 hours
I did. You know,
find someone that'll motivate me, that'll make me want to exercise. No, nobody.
I found them on Pinterest, and I saved them to my phone. It's like, yeah, I'm going to do that. And then it never happened. And my belly is like so wobbly. It's unreal.
I wanted to emerge from this lockdown like some sort of morph butterfly, skinny, like longer hair, good skin. Do you know what I mean? And everyone go, wow, what happened to you over the couple of months?
And now we've got 3 weeks.
Oh my God, what happened to you?
I'm going to look like the Michelin man. Everyone's going to be like, God, what have you eaten?
You won't have any hair left if you let Wayne do it more.
I had to lose weight somehow.
Say it again.
The coffee.
Slim weight. Yeah. I don't know about that. I haven't eaten. I mean, Jemma knows. I used to eat. I don't know how many bacon baguettes a day. So actually, eating wise, I probably ate less. But because I'm not moving, that's the problem. So I said to Carl, I'm not bothered about it because as soon as I go back to work and I start moving, it was just going to fall off.
Because you do a lot of cycling and
it's just going to fall off.
You do a lot of cycling. You do a lot of cycling, traveling.
Yeah, I do, and I've still been doing that. But the first couple of weeks when we back in March, it was a weird feeling of quite exciting, and unmotivated at the same time. So I was looking forward to having some chill. So at the beginning, I was like, I'll do it tomorrow. And the weeks went by, and I was like, do it tomorrow. And now, all of a sudden, it's sort of coming to the end. Now I'm like, oh my God, I need to get on it. So I'm much more motivated now than I was at the beginning.
Don't you think, though, I felt like I had to utilise this time. Like, all of a sudden, we've been given all of these days and all of this time, and it's like, I must clear out my cupboards. I must do those jobs that I've been putting off for a year. Do you know what I mean? But I haven't. Some. Yeah, some, but not, yeah.
Yeah.
We did again at the beginning. We got quite a lot of to-do jobs we'd done.
Yeah,
and
we did some, but not.
Just after the first 2 weeks of like, yeah, we're gonna have all this time. Yeah, we got loads to do. It just fell off the wagon, and yeah, I did literally have a week more than once, but weeks within them of not doing anything, just sitting and watching crap TV and just thinking, I don't care, I'll just do it tomorrow. It was, for me, it's weird because I don't normally do that. But then the last month, I've really got on it, and I've done absolutely loads. I've wrote loads of Jem knows I've done, I don't know, 100 tarot spreads that she's doing some of the imagery for me, and that, which came out of the blue, I didn't even expect to do that. I thought I'd be finished my book by now, still haven't. But there's I have done a lot, and I've been learning feng shui, so I've been now rearranging everything, which I'm loving, absolutely loving learning that.
I have to be honest, I had a really hard week last week. My mental health,
and me.
I really was bad last week, and I was struggling. Like, I was promising to do lives, and I felt like I couldn't face it. And to be honest, it was a really hard week for me last week, and it was that guilt, like that not being able to be active, and that fear of not knowing what to do next. Like, I'm such a doer in my life, and also I've got all the things in my mind of where I want to be and what I want to be doing, and all the guilt for not doing and should be doing this and can't do that.
Yeah, picking yourself up.
Work. And yeah, I had a real bad week last week. I was like, you know what? And then when people be going out, be like, don't go out because I want to get back to work, and you going out means I can't get back to work. And it really struggled, and it took a good 7-8 days for me to sort of get over myself and pull myself out of it and sort myself out, really, because there's not your usual coping mechanisms.
No,
there's not my. I thought I wasn't a tactile person. I thought I was quite. I'm not a huggy person, but this lockdown's made me realise I really need that interaction with people. I really miss touching people's hair and having that intimacy with people.
I felt very isolated, especially more so the last couple of weeks, because it's only me and Wayne it, and then now he's been working, so felt very, very isolated.
Makes so much difference once they go to work, I think, and I think that's why I was talking to my mum on the phone, and I think so many people have so many different experiences and ideas, and I think even within this, I've had so many different types of lockdown, and then you keep having to get used to this. Now you got to get used to that, and now you got to get used to. You think, oh, what am I meant to be? What's going to be coming around the corner next? I think, we all want to be doing the right thing, don't we? We all want to be doing the right thing by other people, but I struggled last week. Badly.
Yeah, I think I struggled. I've had odd days. A majority of the time, probably 95%, I've absolutely loved it, and I'm not ready to go back to work at all yet.
I don't want to work again.
I've loved I think never ever suffered from anxiety, but I've loved not the pressure of having to see everyone. And I think you had your birthday in lockdown. I had mine, and that's weird. But it was also nice not having to arrange anything, and nice not having to see this person and rushing around doing all that. So I feel more anxious now about going back out into the real world and having to do it all again and be that busy person. I don't want to be that person.
It's like a mixed blessing, isn't it?
It is reassessing. And I mean, I've thought when I go back to the salon, I'm going to be a very different type of hairdresser. I've always been a really busy salon, and I thought, actually, I'm going to really try and give my clients an experience now. So they might not be done very quickly.
I had an experience. That wasn't an experience.
It's a good experience. But I'm thinking maybe I might have to. Everything's going to be slower, and maybe they'll come in and they might have to have because they're going to have to make that pace. I'm thinking I'm going to have to do their hair and maybe their nails, so they might have to think more of an experience for a few weeks and give them more to offer in those few hours. And it is, my mind's just thinking, am I going to do this? Then I think, why bother? Because they say one thing one week I can do, and then I can't. I'm like, why you keep thinking about it all?
Thing is, though, do you think though that when this is over, I think everybody will be working in a different way, and I'm not sure some things will go back to the way that they were before. Do you know what I mean? It'll take a long time.
And I'm excited. I'm excited for these changes. I think they've been needed, but I'm also fearful.
Yeah.
It's like there's things that are going on.
Now, isn't there, about coming out of this, and some people are actually developing a phobia, so because it's mental health, of actually going back and not knowing what to expect, because we know it won't be how it was, and we only know what we know now in our sort of isolated bubbles, and what we expect when we go back, because it's
Don't touch me. No. Oh, that's normal. Sorry.
But
Yeah.
Amazing. Face painting. How's that going to be? You have to talk to them.
Yeah, I can't see maybe till next year at the earliest that side of that business sort of picking up and doing anything, because people will be celebrating, but there'll be a limit. People have had no money, you know what I mean? I don't know. And there's only so much work you can do, isn't it? So everybody might all want to be celebrated at the same time. You can't be in 10 places. I'm not sure that I will do it again. I'm not sure that I want it to be my main job anymore, because I've had time to think about what I want to do.
Yeah. I mean, Jen, you had it firsthand, didn't you, with your mum? Your mum was so poorly, really bad, and you thought you were going to lose her at one point. Your life has really had a change around.
Completely changed. Yeah, my whole view on everything's changed, and I think for me, I'm in no rush to get back to whatever the new normal is completely. You know, I've seen it up close and personal, and I don't want to get it, and I don't want to bring it home to my brother for him to experience it. So I'm probably one of the few that are very, very cautious and maybe overcautious. But for me, because I've seen it, I'd rather be overcautious and stuff and take my time in getting back and everything. And my business is very hands-on. So that's why I've kind of used the lockdown. Not only am I now spending as much time with the mother as I can, because I nearly didn't have that time to spend with her, I'm adapting to move everything online and working really hard to have that sort of time freedom so that I can carry on when everything goes back to normal. I can carry on spending that time that I have got with her. So very different views for me, definitely, that's for sure.
I read something this week. I'll put it out there later. And it said, is it good being busy? We all think that being busy is good. Have you had a good day? Yeah, I've been really busy today. Has it been a good week? Yeah, I've been really busy. And it's like, is it good to be busy, actually? We think it's good, but actually is it? I kind of want to get to the point where, no, I've not had a busy day, and that's good. That's all right. So totally.
That's my balance.
Yeah, getting better balance.
I've definitely had to learn that. Like finding my value in nothing.
Yeah.
You know, value yourself. I've done this many clients and they've all gone out happy. How brilliant am I? And great. And actually thinking, you know, you sit there and you can value, maybe I might just do a live, and you can have value in giving someone that information and just that little bit of time in that day. And I'm still valuable.
You've really come out your comfort zone, Hay, because you didn't do lives at all. And now you're doing them pretty much every week.
I know, you're doing so amazing.
I felt guilty last week, but I just thought, if I'm honest, I thought I'm not in the best of places myself, and I like to give optimistic. I think I don't want to go in there. You know, who wants to see someone ranting and not being very good on Facebook?
We might have a Boris Johnson moment.
No.
Don't like Boris Johnson, Kate. Not a minute.
No, I'll be fine.
I'm addressing the nation. Hold on.
Them moments, I'll stay home and deal with myself in the bed.
Do you just say you stay home and stay with yourself in the bedroom?
Yeah. I like a bit rough in the bedroom. It's best place to take your aggression out, I reckon.
Yeah.
Whatever floats your boat, hey.
John says, let's have a few hellos. John says, how many of you were ever normal?
Well, that's true.
Normal.
What is normal?
Helen,
what is normal?
So Helen's been busy on her feet all the time. It's business as usual for her. It's only when she's outside of work that the world feels so surreal. It was lovely hearing nothing for a little while. It's come back this week, that still noise in the evening. It was really peaceful and nice. And now it's all back to being buzzy again. Anita says, I'm finding work strange, adapting how we care for someone, hard not to get close with all the strange and inhuman, strange and inhumane. Penny says, lockdown's been working hard from home on all levels to keep my mental health. However, and yoga twice a week helps. I think that's it. Particularly, I think it is Mental Health Week this week, so it's come up to be strong anyway. And we're coming to the end of it if we don't have another second wave of it. So we're almost at the end. We've gone through the hard bit, but now it feels this is where everybody's starting to lose it a little bit. They can see the light at the end of the tunnel. But do we, and the amount of crap that's been put on from social media to all the news, you don't know if you're coming or going, you don't know what's real. No wonder your mind
is coming in now, because we know we're going out. So you have a sense of protection. You're in your own home, you're looking after each other. And to an extent, you can not focus on it. You can shy away, and just if you choose not to watch on the TV, you can live in your fantasy world, can't you? And pretend.
Yeah.
And when you
well,
go
you
out,
clearly do, hey, in your bedroom, you clearly do.
I've got to remember my mum and auntie's watching Big Brother.
They probably bought you the DVDs. It's all right.
I've made it a rule that I don't watch the news anymore. My brother watches the updates now and again, but so I just say to him, let me know if anything changes that's going to affect me or anything like that. But and especially the first 2 weeks when Mum was ill, all you heard was the bad stuff, the negative stuff. Yeah. So I had to.
But it still is like that, though, isn't it? It's all it's on one negative thing and run with it. And to be honest with you, there's so much happening in the world, other things going on. I just wish they'd shut up about it, actually, and just give you like a small sort of update. You know, but, it's driving me crazy.
You don't hear much anything about anybody else or anything else, do you?
No.
I don't think you've heard news about much of anything going on in the world except for this.
There's some oil tankers that got boarded, and Wayne was saying, like with pirates or something, or whatever it is, I don't know. And there's all this other stuff kind of going on, and they just won't shut up, saying something like, "Oh, let's have a look how the coronavirus is affecting Wigan." I don't give a stuff. How Wigan's being affected by it. Do you know what I mean? That's Wigan. I live in Portsmouth, and it's just like, and it's always negative. That's what I don't like. It's apart from Colonel Tom, whatever it was, it's just been mostly negative stuff.
And I even think we've got to explain, and hopefully, some of our friends are watching this today, and hopefully positive. But I've even avoided Facebook because even you've got like so much to worry about, but people want to sort of see bad in other people, and they want to sort of, because they're angry, they're wanting. So even Facebook, sometimes I think, I can't,
fake news,
Facebook,
fake news. People becoming experts with no medical or scientific background are like spreading stuff and stories.
Yeah, 100%. And we're all scared enough as it is, and you think like they've got to be Facebook like COVID police. We're all doing the best we can, and there's always someone going, "Oh, you should be doing that." You're like, "Oh, okay," and we are all doing the best we can, and where you should be supporting each other. It's like we're wanting to find fault in each other, and I'm like,
but there are some good stories out there.
Yeah,
there are some. Yeah, there are some, Mandy. Honestly, there are a few that filter through. And I think I posted, I posted this morning, and there's just snippets of things. Like last night, there was a choir that had got together like we do, but then they sang, which we don't. And they put it out last night for everyone, and it was Don't Stop Believing. So there was about 20 of them, and they'd done a video where they'd zoomed in out, and 2 of them, and one of them. It was really good. And then this morning, the first thing I saw was the picture of the sunrise and the words of him, How Great Thou Art, which is about.
Oh, it's one of Colin's favourites.
It just reminds you of sometimes, don't we? We have to look for the beauty in things, and we have to look for the positivity, because we're so surrounded by, as you say, Facebook and everybody else who's a doctor, a scientist, and what else, and who thinks they're Boris Johnson as well. Okay. Anyway, that you get just bogged down with it all. You have to actually get in there and root around and find your own stuff in there that makes you feel good.
But it's also like Boris Johnson, whether you like him or don't like him, some of the things that people were writing, personal stuff, that was just really awful, Go
and bloody do his job, eh? See how well you're doing. You just think,
why not choose kindness?
Absolutely. I mean, I don't do politics. I can't get my head around politics, but I do think that he's done the best that he can. I mean, what a year he's had. Brexit. He has the virus. He's got to try and get the whole country through a pandemic. and then he had a baby, you know. So,
Having that baby is wrong.
Everybody getting making a political thing out of this crisis, which I think is wrong. Do you know what I mean? It's a humanitarian thing that's going on, and everybody needs to rather pull together. Do you know what I mean? Instead of scaremongering and picking out stories, we need to be more supportive, I think. Well, the news does anyway, but there's always the trolls, isn't there? So
yeah.
So let's just move on a little bit and answer disasters. So we've all got our roots now.
No, I haven't.
I'm all right.
Oh, you still got. Oh,
But look, no, Gray. I'm quite proud of that.
Yeah, I haven't got any grey.
do you know those little Bichon Frise dogs? You know the little Bichon Frise dogs that look a bit like a poodle? You know, the little white fluffy things?
Yeah.
I felt like I was growing one of them on my head.
Did it get really long, man?
No, it wasn't so much. My hair, it's the fact that it was thick and it was like dry, and like I said, it looked like a little poodle thing. So, and I phoned my sister and I said, "Talk me out of this. I'm tempted to get the clippers out and cut off my hair." And she's like, "Do it."
Brilliant.
So we did. Went into the garden, and I was swearing at him because he was digging in my head. And
it does really suit you, though. It really suits you.
Yeah,
it look a bit better if I lost a bit of weight.
Box ties, Anita, it's banned.
Hey?
It said, got my box tie ready. I said, no box ties.
I'm just going to wait.
It's a bit patchy, really bad. But
if
When I go back to work, people dye their own hair. Honestly, I'm like, what am I going to go back to?
if I cut any more in a minute, it's just going to be a brown front bit. I've got to let it all grow so that the blonde is still there.
that much. What is going on? Where is it?
That much.
Lockdown is made for slobs like me that don't have fake eyelashes or eyebrows and that don't give a shit.
My nails are grown really well. Where they're not being put in the acetone.
Yeah, my nails.
This is the break that they needed.
Yeah, absolutely. But obviously, Jem, you're there straight away. I really did need to put my hand through your letterbox.
Mine's horrendous because I'm using the bloody Dettol on everything cleaning. My hands are. I know there's only so many. I should wear gloves. I don't, but my hands have paid the price of all that Dettol and bloody bleach and God.
Yeah, my hands are
Cleaners are allowed back now. Cleaners are allowed back.
Yeah, that's not fair.
I thought it'd be rude to get mine back in while I'm sitting in the garden.
You did notice.
To be honest with you, though, I haven't spent hardly any money.
I have.
I know,
I haven't earned any since February. But yeah, I haven't really spent very much money though either. So you know,
Yeah,
like,
I've been like buying stuff online, left, right, and centre.
have you?
Yeah.
And then you got a sofa.
You're the delivery guy on first team terms now, are you?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I am. I even said, "Oh, I'm not ready for that return," and he said, "I'll come back tomorrow." I said, "Thank you." Yeah. I bought a new sofa because I thought, well, if I'm going to be sat down for so long, I better get something one. But it don't arrive till July, so yeah. I've been looking at hot tubs. I bought a lovely, lovely swimming pool.
I've got the hot tub. I've got a hot tub.
Yeah, I haven't managed to get one. I'm trying to buy a trampoline for the kids. By the time I get one, they'll end up being back at school. But yeah, I have been buying a few little bits.
Are yours going back to school? Is Ollie going back on?
Yeah, 1st of June he's going back. At the minute, we had the letter through today, so I had to submit it today. So I've said yes at the moment, but I've said to him, I showed him the picture of what it might look like with them being in their bubble, and I said, and he's always on his own because he's not the best behaved child. And he said, "Oh, I'm sat on my own. I don't want to be sat on my own." I said, "But this time they're all going to be sat. You'll all be sat on your own. You won't be the only one." And he said, I said to him, "But if you go and if you don't like it, if you feel uncomfortable, if it bothers you, you won't go back." So we're just going to try it and see what it's like. The kids have been really good, actually. They've both been doing really well with their school home, and we had a little routine right from day one. So pretty much, I mean, Josh has stuck to it, like so strict. Even in the Easter holidays, he refused to do work, and then on the Monday when they should have gone back, he was like, "I'll do it now." He's a real funny one, but Ollie has been doing because he goes to this private one as well, so he's been still continuing with that. So yeah, they've both been doing well.
Right, my niece's son, who's 12, they live up in Wolverhampton. He was in intensive care and nearly died because he got that Kawasaki disease, which is linked to the COVID-19. And it affected his heart and his respiratory, and apparently it was touch and go. They thought he might die because he was that ill with it, couldn't touch his skin. They were giving him all sorts of drugs to bring his blood pressure down. And thankfully, he's fine. And well, he came out of intensive care to ICU, and now he's fine and been discharged. But he's only 12. Wow. You know, there's a lot of things about like, oh, kids aren't affected by it, but they're not sure between the link, are they, between the COVID-19 and this disease? So.
They can't be sure. They can't. Nothing's 100%, and obviously children have died, so they can't be sure. But we're just gonna go give it a go at the minute. And obviously things depend, because if we have another increase in a week, because in my opinion they've lifted the lockdown too soon. So if we have another second wave or another increase, then he won't be going to school. It's all. You're
going to monitor it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, we are going to have. It's going whenever we go back. It's it's going to be scary whenever it happens.
Yeah, and actually, whenever we go back, it's going to flare up.
Yeah, it's going.
But also, don't forget the figures we're looking at are a couple of weeks behind.
Mm-hmm. I think this week it's after V, because people didn't isolate over V.
No,
they didn't do it. I think this to be very telling whether we've built immunity up or not by this weekend. Because people didn't. If there's no height over this, I think we might have built some immunity up. Because after V-Day, we should have some height, I think.
But the South East, there was no new cases reported today, was there?
Really?
Yeah, London didn't have any yesterday, did they? 24 hours new cases reported.
In the South East or something, so...
Oh, I do think if that carries on, then that is very telling that maybe we've built some immunity up, I think.
Yeah. Because I was waiting for the
V-Day. They people weren't self-isolating. There was them being naughty. So if we get away with no increase at that point, I think that's quite a positivity, to be honest.
So I'd like to have the test. I'd like to have the antibody test to see whether or not I've had it. Because I think I've had it.
Yeah, so do I, Mandy. I think I've had it.
Superdrug are doing it, aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah, apparently it was £69 though.
Oh, there's a £95 test that I knew from Perfect Skin Solutions that were offering the 2 tests.
Yeah, £69, and they'll tell you if you've got the antibodies. But what they're actually saying is, just because you've got the antibodies,
they're not sure, are they?
Don't stop doing everything that the government is doing in regards of being safe. And also, nobody even knows if those antibodies will actually stop you from contracting it again.
Mine is just curious because I think I've had it. That's why I'd like it, not because I think I won't catch it again or I can't give it to anyone. But I do seriously think that I've had it, but didn't get very seriously affected by it.
Get over it. You sort of know, okay, I've had it. My body might be feeling really poorly, but I can cope with it. I really think that would help get us back to work if we could all find out if we've had it or not. Doesn't mean social distances, because we can still spread it whether we've had it or not. So you should still social distance and do all the right things. It just means you've got less worry about getting it. You've only got to worry about giving it over, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
We were.
I can't stop touching my face. I can't go out until I've learned to stop touching my face.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? I didn't realise how much I touch my face until you know. And then wherever I am, I'm like constantly. Jem and I were ill. We were ill at Christmas, and for I would say probably about 4 or 5 weeks.
I remember that.
And then we had a couple of days. I came home from the shop, and I was like dead on the settee, and I had to shut the shop for 2 days. couldn't move.
I remember.
I had temperature. I had literally sweat was pouring off me. I couldn't breathe. Went to the doctors. He said it's just a virus. You don't need steroids. And then after a couple of days, I was all right. But it probably lasted, I'd say, about 4 or 5 weeks. Both of us had different symptoms. Headaches, one of us. But you had a cough, Jem, didn't you? I didn't have a cough so much. But it was between us, we had all the symptoms.
There's loads of different symptoms. They can't even make up their mind about the symptoms, can they?
No.
Also, if you think about it as well, my mum had it and I was caring for her and all I had was gloves and disinfectant, and me and my brother didn't have any symptoms during or after that. So it's, have I had it and I built up immunity to it, or have I already got immunity? You know, it's incredible. We didn't get it.
I think so. I think it's weird that we've not heard of anyone saying they've had it twice.
No.
Yeah, but they have. There has been a couple of cases of people that reportedly had it and then got it again.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But I don't know what their health issues were and whether they totally got rid of it. Perhaps they thought they got rid of it and they hadn't. Do you know what I mean? And it kind of came back with a second wind and that. I don't know. But there's only been a couple though, very rare, I think.
So should we've got Helen there, should we be paying for the tests?
No, absolutely not. What a piss take.
I don't think we will later. Once they've got some more in, I don't think we will. But I think these people are profiteering on people's fears at the minute and offering, to make a bit of money. That's what I think.
I think we're in a much better position if, I know the government have to watch money, what have you, and they've done, lots to help. We can't.
They have done loads to help.
They
You're
have.
joking, yeah?
They have done so much. But
I think they have.
I got 15 quid. That was my self-employed grant.
yeah, for a lot of us,
Total,
yeah.
£15.
And I know my mum and there's a lot that haven't, but if for the real, they've done what they're never going to please everyone. But they've done, but actually giving everyone a test would actually not have to give those people that they are paying all of that money for maybe a £90 test.
Yeah,
You pay and work, not spending £400 out or what have you on the thing, because you could go you can go back to work or what have you. But it's a hard one, isn't it? I don't, because I'm not
Penny's saying
me. I just want to get back to work. Give me a test, I'll go back to work.
I think, they said today that the tests are coming out for key workers first, and then it will be rolled out. So I think within the next couple of weeks they'll be free for a lot more of us then. But if we don't know if we can have it twice or not, what's the point in having the test?
Penny's saying that one of her clients has had it twice.
Yeah, I've not heard anyone.
I wonder if it's not as bad when you get it the second time.
That's what we said to my mum, because she's like, I've had it, does that mean I'm not going to get it? But she's still being careful. And she said, but we said that she might get it again, but hopefully it won't be as bad as she got it the first time around, because she's built up that, it's like if you get the flu or the cold, you've got antibodies that can help you fight it, but you still get it over and over again, don't you? So
that's what a vaccine is, isn't it? A vaccine gives you a little bit of the disease, so that you build your own antibodies, but you can still get it. But
and isn't that what it was all about? Lockdown wasn't. We know there's going to be more deaths. We know that they can't completely free. It was about building up the immunity to make sure that the NHS has enough facilities.
It wasn't swamped, wasn't it?
Wasn't swamped. We're going to, whether it's scary or not, we are going to have to go back to normal sooner or later and deal with it, as scary as it is, because there's no way we've got enough money. There's no way we've got enough money for this to go on and on until after Christmas.
Are we going to have a party then when it's all over, or what?
Absolutely.
Jacuzzi in my garden, women only, in the jacuzzi. It's even got lights that come on at night so that the water glows.
We can see each other before we touch each other.
Yeah, touch.
So,
the jacuzzi stays in the jacuzzi.
It's going to be 2 meters apart at your parties, is it? Is it going to be all dancing away? Or going to be don't touch anyone, hands?
How are you going to do it? Have you worked out the logistics of the hairdressing? How you're going to actually?
I've tried, and the way I feel at the moment, I think it's going to have to be I'm going to have to keep sanitising, but I'm going to have to touch them. So in my mind, they're going to have to say something like, I have to keep them away from each other for 2 meters.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking I'm going to have to go down the route of maybe no more than 2 clients in at a time.
Yeah.
And that's where I was thinking maybe they could have a beauty treatment in between so I can keep like a flow in the salon.
Masks. Going to do masks.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I think mask. I think when this is finished, we'll all have to wear masks. I'm panicking about masks because I have asthma and I struggle with a mask on, if I'm honest. So I'm going to have to deal with that. I'm not sure I'm going to cut with the masks on. That's why I feel it'd be really important for me to have a test. So I'm not passing anything to them and I can just protect them from each other. That's how I feel.
Yeah. I think for us at the shop, I mean, I'm not planning on opening soon anyway, but I think when we do, I don't want to do takeaways. I'm not interested in doing the takeaways. That's not what the shop is about.
Wow.
The readings, I've been busy doing them online, so I'm going to carry on doing phone readings, just carry on doing that. In fact, I went to the shop today and 2 girls come in. I was taking the blinds down and 2 girls come in and said, when are you open? Can we book a reading? And I was like, no, I'm doing them on the phone at the minute, and probably until September I'll be doing them on the phone. So they're going to do that. But I think we'll have to just have a couple of people in at a time. So we might have to make sure that we've got, tell people if you're going to come in today, let us know. I don't know. I don't know. But we'll have to have the masks, the gowns, the gloves.
Even the tape so people stay 2 meters apart.
Is it mine must be the same as Gemma. I can't do mine at all until we're totally all safe because I'm actually holding them and painting onto their skin. Do you know what I mean? So you can sterilise the brushes and wear a mask, but it's because it's all about bodily fluids, isn't it? But I just think that's too up close and personal to be able until they actually say that we're, totally over. So next year, I think for me.
But I think
it is close contact. But if I'm honest, I've got to get back. I want to get back to work for the clients.
I want to work. I've got no money.
And also I've got rent. There's only you've got bills to pay, and there's only you've got to get some sort of normality back sooner or later. And I think, will we ever be completely safe from it until they've got a cure anyway? So we're going to have to learn to not pass things. So just keep sanitising and just keep, surely if you're keeping your hands clean and you're sanitised and they know you haven't got it, you have to just trust that they, hopefully if anyone's being tested, you haven't got it and you've only got the right
I think you're right. At some point we've got to go. We're going to have to go back out. So it's about dealing with it. How are we going to deal with it?
Kim's saying in Spain, so your counterparts, your hairdressers in Spain, Hayley, they're having to wear masks.
Yeah, I think
they have to wear.
I asked to sew some pink lips on mine.
Do you know what?
Have you seen
that after, right? They reckon in Japan, the reason they had such few cases in Japan is because their natural thing is they're always washing their hands and cleaning their hands.
Don't they?
Yeah. But they wear the masks as well if they have a cold to stop them giving the cold to somebody else. It's not always the fact they're wearing masks to not catch something off someone else. Sometimes they do it as a preventative measure. So maybe we need to be more, like cleaning ourselves all the time. I don't know. I can't do that wearing masks all the time because most of the people I know just don't like it.
Yeah, I think it will be the new norm for a little while.
Yeah, maybe for some.
And I've even looked at funny, you've been doing feng shui for the house. I've been looking at fashion feng shui, and things like that, which is about intent, wearing your clothes for different intent and things like that. I might go down that route. So you'll, fortunately, I've got enough fingers in enough pie that I can sometimes.
We're going back to your bedroom again.
No, I wasn't thinking about.
Kate was obviously.
I haven't got fingers in pies. I've got pies in my mouth all the time.
How to go about it, but it is scary. Yeah, I think.
To be honest with you, though, I've got to be truthful and say I'm not scared. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm totally bored. totally demotivated. And I just kind of think, I just want to be able to get out to talk to people again. Do you know what I mean? Socialise a bit.
It's
My future ahead of my plans.
Yeah.
Say that again. That.
It's been hard keeping that motivation going. Where
it's
all the
up and down, wavy. Yeah.
Engaging in stuff. Like sometimes you think, where's the day even gone? I'd like what
goes like that.
Or whatever, but nothing that you would say is
productive.
Yeah, I was running behind today. I thought, how the hell had nothing to do, and how the hell did I manage to?
I know. I was thinking, how's she going to be on? How's she going to be on at 7 when she's doing a makeup thing?
Oh no, I was only doing a little chat. But yeah, no, I was thinking how, and even then I was thinking 6 o'clock, and I was thinking just a little chat, and then even 6 o'clock, I was like, looked at the clock, I was like, oh, I'm not going to be ready then. I've had nothing to do all day. How did I manage to plan that one?
I'm doing stuff. I'm doing different things and stuff, and I'm studying and I'm sorting things out and doing stuff. But I just feel totally disconnected, and so I'm sort of bored of it, and I'm tired of it now. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of, I feel a bit worn down.
Doing this for you, Mandy. And this is quite nice. It's like seeing 5 faces feels like we're in a group. Honestly, this week I thought I could only clean and bake so many times in a week. And then you started, like, at the beginning I was doing all my painting, I was loving doing it, and then I started looking up and I was thinking, what a load of shit. You know, when you're just looking thinking, I want to learn the skills. And so it's mindset all the time. You're feeling that upbeat, great. It only takes that little bit of negativity to come in, and you're done a little bit for a little while. So I'm like, that's it, I'm painting again tomorrow, even if it is.
Well, I've sorted out.
Your paintings were amazing.
But it's your attitude, isn't it? It's like where you're at, and so I was like, oh, okay. So I started to think they're okay because I've just started, and I was like, no, I was just thinking, I want it to be like, you know, my sister-in-law's bloody artist, and she'd send me a butterfly off. Wow.
I've sorted out. I've sorted out loads of cupboards and sorted out loads of rubbish, but the tip isn't open, is it?
No.
Well, I've got piles of bloody stuff now. Well, they are. They are now, but apparently we've got a queue for at least 2 or 3 hours to get into the trip. So I'm trying to wait. I've got a load of stuff to take to the charity shops, which is shut. I've got some car boot, which is like, you know, I've done eBay to death. I've sold all my worldly goods on eBay to finance my not spending, but just like to keep the bank manager happy. I am struggling now. I'm bored. I'm not bored. I suppose I'm a bit depressed, actually. I feel a bit depressed.
I've got like that. Like you want your mojo back, that little bit of mojo.
Yeah, I wanted to paint. I don't want to paint now.
Yeah. That's how I really need to have my little corner already. Now it's all gone away. Getting out's too much trouble. It's like,
I've done my own office. Girls, listen, it's literally 5 to 8. It's gone so quick, and we're doing the clap at 8, aren't we? So we can't be on at 8 o'clock. So we're going to have to quickly. I know Suzette had a link earlier. So while I'm just getting the card, Suzette, I don't know if you want to say what you want to, if you've still got that link.
I just shared it with the girls anyway, but it was only if somebody, the name I got was Vicky, so it's for somebody called Vicky. But I've been watching who comes on, unless you can see more than me, and there isn't.
There's no.
I might want to speak to you in a minute, Suzette. I'll have a chat in a minute.
Okay.
All right then. Okay.
All right. It's definitely.
That's all right.
It was loud and clear. Yeah.
So,
give me a shout.
Yeah, you know Vicky. Okay. So okay. Cheryl, I'm feeling disconnected, needing a purpose. It's hard when you're used to being a hands-on person. But again, Cheryl, you've created that group again and brought that to life. So it's good if you can find something. Man, we've just got to find you something.
I've got loads of things, I just don't feel like doing any of them.
You know,
we created a whole new BA business.
What about if we make a reason to say, what about if we could do, maybe for our next 2 weeks, me and you, man, got to do a painting for a reason.
Got to do a painting for what?
Think of a theme that me and you got to have one ready for the next Loose Miss.
All right then. All right then. Yep, I've got to do a painting then, ready for next time.
Yeah,
so we've got, like, a bit of
yeah.
a purpose to do that.
Yeah. Right, we've got to be quick. We've got 2 minutes, so I'm going to put a quick card for Janet. Janet, you've got the Page of Wands. Everything. Yeah, we've got a minute, or 2 minutes. So, Page of Wands, Janet. This is all about exciting. Where are we? Exciting ventures. This is about wanting to learn something new. It's saying yes, go for it. It's at the very early stages, so the immature stages of something at the moment. So it could just be an idea, but it's saying yes, you want to get going to do it. Adding to what you already know, teaching anything creative, anything to do with learning and studying there, but feeling exciting about it. So have a little think around you, Janet, about either something that you want to do, that you want to learn, or where you want your creative energy to come back in. But this is saying yes, go for it there. And it might just need a little bit more work because it's a page. It might need a little bit more work. So it's just at the very beginning there. It can be linked to a younger person as well. But for me, they would be in their 20s rather than in their 40s. So I think it's something around yourself that you've been thinking about wanting to do. This card would say, yes, get to the drawing board, think about it realistically, but definitely feel excited about it there. Thinking of buying a puppy. Oh, wow. That would be a yes. And he would probably be a handful. This would say it would probably be a boy, but probably be a handful. Very excitable puppy. Very excitable. Possibly around, between June
like me.
I want another cat. I do want another cat. Quick one for Penny. 2 of Wands, Penny. This card is saying that you're waiting for some good news, Penny. There'll be some. Oh, it's a girl. They'll be waiting for some good news. I'm being quick. Sorry, Penny. I'm not on it, am I? Yeah, you're waiting for some good news. In the next couple of weeks, you should be hearing something that steps you up the ladder, that gives you that motivation and opens you up to new possibilities there. But good news is coming for you, Penny. All right. So we're going to have to disappear, everyone, rather quickly, quicker than I thought, because it's come to 8 o'clock really quick. So thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time for very similar, but we'll have a theme. Next week, we've got the lovely Billy Cook joining Suzette and I on the Medium page for our interview. But we'll be back as the Loose Mystics in 2 weeks' time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.